What's going on, guys? This is Nate from the Script Academy welcoming you to another deck profile here on the channel. Now today we are profiling one of my favorite decks of all time with a little bit of a twist. Today we are profiling my True Draco deck. But this isn't just any random demise True Draco deck like everybody else plays. This is with the Artifact engine. Now I realized through trial and error that this deck was still a good deck, even though Masterpiece was not at 3, 2, or 1, it is banned. Without Masterpiece, the deck was kind of hindered. Because you did not have that unaffected monster on the field that could pop things, you really had to figure out a way to stop your opponent from doing things before they even had a chance to start. So I came up with the idea of putting that Artifact engine in there. I play tested it, I played it at a regional, did really well with it. A lot of people got hit by that Sanctum really hard when brought out that Scythe because they couldn't bring out things from the extra deck. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this deck and show you what it's made of. Alright, so to start, we are playing with 3 Ignis, the True Draco Warrior. Now Ignis is one of the best cards in the deck just because it searches all your spells, as in hand activates your spells that allow you to recover your hand. You know, you can draw off your heritage, shuffle back your graveyard so you can reuse things and draw again. There's so much draw power in this deck that it's amazing. You cannot die. If you're top decking, you can top deck into a card and end up going like +3 or 4 on it. It's amazing. Next up we are playing the 2 Majesty Maiden of the True Draco Caster. Majesty Maiden isn't as big as it's not as good as Ignis. It does search monsters, which is good because you can get those to your hand. A lot of times you're gonna be trying to get this and your Dynamite on the field, because if you do, you can have your Dynamite search the trap, activate it, and then have your Majesty Maiden search the monster, then activate the trap to summon the monster that your Majesty Maiden just added to your hand and disrupt your opponent's plays. So really good things that you can do with this. You do want to play 2 with this. I've seen some people play at 3. Because we are playing Goes and Match, but 2 is good enough for me. I like it good enough to set it there. And then rounding it up for the Draco monsters, we are playing the 1 Dynamite because it is at 1. Probably one of the best cards in the deck, obviously why it's at 1. It allows you to search your traps like Apocalypse and Return, and just keeps you alive. Return being able to tribute True Draco spells and traps to either pop stuff and have your opponent's attacks, or just pop something to pop itself, and then pop a monster on the field instead. So a really good card, you obviously need to play it. Alright, so that was it for the True Draco monsters. We're playing 3 other monsters here. We're playing the 2 Scythe, as well as the 1 Moral Talk. Now a lot of people are playing the Amano Iwata or the Inspector Border. In this build, I just didn't see the need for it. The Scythe and the Moral Talk do a lot more for the deck. Scythe stopping your opponent from even thinking about summoning from the extra deck. Amano can just be stopped with an Impermanence, and it's not that good. Even if you do summon it out, they can Impermanence it, and then they can just activate their effects anyway. So we got some non-targeting removal here, and then the big boys who stop your opponent from summoning from the extra deck. So pretty good stuff right there. Moving on to the spells, we're starting it off with a 3 diagram. Obviously you need 3 of this. It really keeps the deck alive. A lot of people don't actually realize the secondary effect of it. They realize that you gain attack, you get that 300 boost, and you get the pop and search effect. But a lot of people don't realize that you do get that if a True Draco monster would be destroyed, once Return it's not destroyed. So that really keeps you alive and in the game when they think that they can actually out you. Following that up, we do have the 2 searchers of the Dragonic Diagram, the 2 terraforming. Got to play those, try and get to that diagram as quick as possible. Following up, we are playing 3 Heritage and the 3 Disciples draw engine of the deck. Some of the majority of the draw engine of the deck, the searchable draw engine anyway. These ones you can search off your Ignis, activate them straight to the field, or add them to your hand. Allow you to recycle your graveyard and just draw off all of your pops. So really, really good. Got to play them at 3. Then following up with the major part of the draw engine, we're playing the 3 Demise. You got to play 3. Really good stuff. There's that possibility of drawing into 2 of them, but you have to take that chance because reloading your hand full of 3 cards is too good to pass up. And then we have the 2 Pod Duality. 3 is both too bricky to me. There's too many chances of pod duality into double pod duality or pod duality and like having 2 of those in your hand, then you just have a random card stuck in your hand you can't actually use. So 2 is good enough for me. I like it this way. And then following it up with the last spell, we are playing the 1 Monarch Stormforth just for the removal. In case you can't target or destroy something, you can get it off the field by tributing it. Alright, moving on to the traps, we are playing the 3 Apocalypse. Apocalypse, probably one of the best traps in the deck. Allows you to attribute a spell or trap. There's True Draco or a monster if you want, if you see fit to do so. Have all monsters on the field that your opponent controls with their attack and defense. Allows you to get over monsters that you can't get rid of, or it also stops your opponent from attacking over your monsters when they don't realize that you can actually do that. And then you're also playing the one return, the Call to the Haunted, as well as the Tributor. So good stuff right there. Wish return was more than one, but with Dynamite here, gotta stop that at one, because that many Call to the Haunted, not good for the game. All right, so to stop your opponent, we are playing the 3 infinite permanents. We can't really main hand traps in this deck because of the demise, so you got to play the infinite permanents. It's a hand trap on drugs because you can activate it when you control no monsters, as well as you can set it, so pretty good stuff there. And then we're playing 3 Artifact Sanctum because we're playing the Artifact Engine. Gotta have 3 of those. Really good because a lot of times people decide and hate to pop back row, and if they're popping this, you can pop something on their field. And usually you just chain this, bring out a Scythe, stop their stuff from happening, and then this gets destroyed and they can't do anything anyway, and you can pop something on their field. So pretty good stuff there. You got to play 3 of that. You don't want to put too many Sanctum stuff in, or too many artifact cards in, but we do play the 6. And then following it up, we do have the 2 major floodgates, I should say, on the field for us. We have the Monarch's Erupt, which stops all monsters' effects that aren't tribute summoned, as well as 2 Goes in Match. I used to play Rivalry in the deck, but Goes in Match hits the 2 key big tier decks right now, the Thunder Dragons, because they can't really go into their big Colossus play, as well as, or Colossus Titan play, whatever, as well as Altergeist. This deck is, I don't know why, but this deck is bad for Altergeist just because there's so much like searching with all the spells that you have and all the adding and the drawing with all the spells, that if they can get Altergeist on the field and they can get that Secret Village or the Spellcaster on the field and you can't activate spells, you can kind of be in a pickle. You can tribute off a spell and then pop the Village of the Spellcaster, but at that point you're kind of negating because you don't get the plus off of that. So I like just to be able to stop them from actually bringing up too many things. That way you can deal with them as need be. Side deck we're not going to go into. I feel like it's just preference for if you're going to a regional, local, whatever. So that is the entire deck, 40 cards. If you do see anything that you would change, let me know down in the comment section below. If you do like the deck, if you do enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell on the way out to the door. But that is all I've got for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is Nate from the Scrub Academy, signing out for now. Peace out.